All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Give me a touchdown on the top prop bets for today on PrizePicks because what? It's Taco Tuesday, which, as you guys hopefully know, is profit day. Let's go ahead and get into. So looking at the board that we have today, as I'm recording this video, we are getting a decent amount of prop bets for NFL specifically. We're getting basically the full board that we would want. It is worth calling out. We do have the CMC free square as well. So if you guys want to use the free square with any of the other prop bets that I call out, by all means, go for it. We're getting some NHL. We're getting some fantasy score props for college basketball as well. And I think that's a good starting point because that is where we are currently getting the best edge. So let's start out with one that kind of seems like an obvious play. We got Ryan Kalkbrenner for over his fantasy score at 37.5. The reason why this is popping up as a really good one is the average sportsbook line would have this set at 42 and they would still be favoring the over. Looking at the underdog line, that is set at 40.25. So already we're seemingly getting a big edge. And then the projection data also has it set about 40. So we can see on PrizePicks, we are clearly getting an edge there. Now, will this hit? I mean, tough to say for sure, but looking at his game log, he has crushed. Like this one on paper is so good. I would be fine playing it with the CMC free square as well. Now, if you want to hedge a little bit and bet the under and underdog, you can. That's fine. Like if an underdog free square pops up today and you guys want to bet the under for Ryan Kalkbrenner to pair it with that to hedge a little bit, you could. But all in all, we know that this is a very big edge that we are getting on this slate. And then from there, college basketball wise, what else are we getting? Well, we're getting a good EV bet for Sam Griffin for over 2.5 assists. That one has about a 54% chance to hit. Looking at another one, we got Jaden Epps for over his fantasy score. This is a smaller version of the other fantasy score prop bet that we are currently getting. 29.5 if this is his current PrizePicks line. Underdog has it set at 31.5. So slight edge there, about a 2 line difference. But we can see looking at the average sportsbook line, it should be right in the middle. So it does somewhat make sense that underdog might be a little bit higher, PrizePicks might be a little bit lower. But all in all, we are seemingly getting the edge there. And so as it sits right now, that is seemingly a good prop bet that we are getting. We can see 3 straight games has gotten the over. Love to see that there. So right now, I would say we are getting 2 pretty good college basketball props. If you guys want to run out this EV bet, if it's still there, by all means go. So jumping into the NHL props that we are currently getting, we're getting some good ones. We got Victor Hedman as a good EV bet to get under 2.5 shots in goal. We can see the projection data has this at 2.3, so not bad there. Another one that I like is Leon here for over shots on goal. The average sportsbook line would have this set at 3. Probably a good chance to be a push here, but the projection data has this set at 3.7. So all in all, I think that's a decent edge that we are getting there as well. To me, those are 2 hockey props that we can definitely go ahead and use on a Taco Tuesday slip. But let's go ahead and jump on into NFL, and that would give you guys the NBA picks that we were getting as well. Touch on some discrepancies as well. But let's go ahead and start with the NFL. Just as a reminder, guys, these receiving yards props, I don't particularly like using with this sheet. So I'm going to just take the receiving yards off. And then from there, we're kind of good to go. Like what I'm seeing here is that maybe Lamar Jackson for under INTs is a good prop. We are getting a lot of good tackles and assist props. So many good EV bets for tackles and assists. So by all means, if any of these are still there for you guys while you are doing your Taco Tuesday slip, and you maybe you can't find another bet that you like, or maybe you want to add another bet to a bet slip that has 5, you want to make it a 6 slip bet, I could see myself using those here. I mean, good EV bets for sure. I mean, 54% chance for these ones to hit. We would definitely be taking that across the board. So right now, getting some good NFL props as well. So getting into the NBA prop bets that we currently are getting as good prop bets. This one's interesting for Finney Smith. 6.5 for points. This is going to be bumped, not worth mentioning, but if it's still there, by all means, attack it. It should be set at probably 7. Underdog has set at 7.5. That'll probably be bumped down to 7. The reason why I think it'll be bumped is because the average sportsbook line has it at 7.5, but they are kind of heavily favoring the under. That being said, the projection data likes them at 8.4, which does put us in a little bit of a weird situation, just given the fact that one of the better prop bets that we are currently seeing right now is DFS for under 18.4 fantasy. Now, this is one that worked out for us on the previous slate where he only had 12.8 points going against the Clippers. New York is a difficult matchup as well, so I do think there is some logic behind this. We can see, typically speaking, he is right around this line. Kind of depends on if he gets multiple blocks and steals, but if the minutes are not going to be that heavy for him, like it kind of seems like they're not going to be, then I don't mind Finney Smith for under his fantasy score. That's one that's popping up as a decent prop bet. And then we're going to see Spencer Dinwiddie for over his fantasy score is one that's popping up now. A lot of people are going to be hesitant to play this one, and I get it, but over the last 3 games, he has been getting his over. Now, why would people be worried about this? Well, there's like trade talks about him and him not being motivated to play well and just a bunch of weird narratives that are going on. But on the flip side of that, he has been playing well. It does seem like they're kind of auditioning him out to the league to maybe get him traded. So the last 3 games, over 30 plus minutes in all those games. Now, it's not the best matchup going against New York. That's my biggest concern. It's not the minute. And so the last game against New York, 31 minutes, 11 shots, 3 for 11, though, had a bad game. But all in all, more times than not, if he's going to get us 30 plus minutes in this matchup, not the best, but if he gets us 30 minutes, more times than not, he's going to get the over. So not a bad prop bet there. From there, Nick Claxton over fantasy score is decent. We're just not getting that many other good prop bets just yet. We are only getting prop bets for that first game right now for fantasy score. So we'll see. But I do want to call out Austin Reeves. So to me, the prop bets that we are getting for Austin Reeves seem to be a little bit too low. That is simply going to be because LeBron James is out. And we have seen for Austin Reeves, when either LeBron or Anthony Davis are out, he is someone that gets a huge bump in usage and productivity. And the fact that he is expected to get a little bit more run in this game as well, about 33 minutes. Now, he has been getting more run recently. At the same time, though, we can basically lock in 33 minutes for him, assuming this game stays close. And for me, this is too low of a line. Now, can he have a cold night shooting? Sure. Has D'Angelo Russell looked really good as well? Yes, those are both true. But all in all, the prop bets that we are getting on Austin Reeves seem to be a little bit too low. So definitely a guy I think we can run out there. Do we need to do it right now? Probably not. Maybe wait for the fantasy score prop line to come out, see if that's better. If it's at like 29.5, I think we'd be very comfortable betting that over. It kind of just depends on the line, but I want to call that out. That is one I'm looking for as well. Any other NBA prop bets right now? Not really. We have Josh Giddey for over 4 assists as a decent one as well. That just popped up. Malcolm Brogdon over steals. I don't know if I want to touch that. Yeah, it's somewhat straightforward right now, the day that we have prop betting wise. So let's go ahead and give you guys the bet of the day today. Again, as always, the board will be updating throughout the day. So just be on the lookout for that. If you guys are a 9 to 5 member, make sure you're placing the best prop bets possible. All right, so getting into the bet of the day for today, and apologies to anyone that watched the first video and I didn't have this post. That's on me. I created this new slide. I think it's just a little bit more sleek, a little bit more straightforward. So apologies for that. Got the audio added onto this slide. Now we're good to go. But looking at it right now, going to go with those 2 college basketball prop bets that we were getting. Ryan Claiborne, we saw that's a very big edge that we are currently getting on the slate. The average sportsbook line probably will come down, don't get me wrong, from the 42 that it has him projected to get for his fantasy score, but Underdog has it set about 40 as well. So seemingly we know that PrizePicks is definitely undervaluing him. Same thing for Epps here, where the Underdog line is set at 31.5. Now the average sportsbook line is set at 30.5. So a slightly smaller edge right there, but all in all, good prop bet there. DFS for under his fantasy score 18. Don't exactly love that because he's someone that can get multiple blocks and steals, but he's someone that in this matchup and probably not going to get that many minutes. Still, we can see under fantasy scores a good prop bet. Spencer Dinwiddie has gotten 30 minutes the last 3 games. That's really what we're hoping for, is that he continues to get those 30 minutes. And if he does, gain over 25.6 for a fantasy score is a likely outcome. Now, it is a more difficult matchup against New York as well. I think that's worth calling out. And then we got a good NHL prop. And then I'm using the current EV bet that we were getting for NFL with Raekwon Smith. That is going to be all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you're not missing out on any of this great coverage. We've been on a great run. 3 for 3 yesterday again. All courtesy, honestly, to the 9to5sports.com cheat sheet. So head on over there, available for $10 a month. Thank you guys for watching. Let's have a good Taco Tuesday again. And as always, keep cashing.